What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Kerry Bogart, and you are now tuning into No One to Watch is Regular News. So it is Tuesday, Posse Watch for Kamala Harris, Part 4. And as you can see, this is the campaign website. There's nothing on there in terms of a policy, agenda, platform, nothing. Same old, same old. Store, you can donate, even though she done made about 540 million in fundraising and have all these donors giving the money. You can still donate 25, 47, 100, 250,000. That thou out. But nothing else. Nothing else on the campaign website. There's nothing that indicates a platform, agenda, policy. Now she came out with her economic policy, but that wasn't hers. And it was a joke. Building 3 million homes in 4 years, 25,000 to a million first time home buyers. And she didn't know how she was going to pay for it. Let her tell it, it's going to pay for itself. That's what she said. It's going to pay for itself somehow. Poor baby. She don't know what to say sometime, but anyway, next article, Zuckerberg says the White House pressured Facebook over some COVID-19 content during the pandemic. I mean, pandemic, excuse me. So we got the White House trying to censor people and tell them what they can and cannot say or post. This is a threat to democracy, a clear threat. And people should look at this and ask questions. Why are you pushing so hard to control what we post about COVID-19? And you label it as misinformation. Let's fact check it real quick. Find out if that's correct. In the article, this is what it says. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg says senior Biden administration officials pressured Facebook to censor some COVID-19 content during the pandemic and vowed that the social media giant would push back if faced such demands again. Zuckerberg alleged that the officials, including those from the White House, repeatedly pressured Facebook for months to take down certain COVID-19 content, including humor and satire. The officials expressed a lot of frustration when the company didn't agree, he said in the letter. So they were upset that he didn't agree with them pressuring him to take down certain information about COVID-19. They were frustrated with him. They wanted to be able to control what people post and what they can and cannot say. They wanted to censor the American people. We can't even ask questions. We can't even be curious to know exactly what's going on. Why all of a sudden you pushing mask mandate, vaccines, social distancing? Why all of a sudden all this stuff? And then within what, a year, 2 years, COVID just was gone. As a result of the pandemic, companies, businesses shut down. It was a lockdown. So people lost businesses. They lost their business. So this was devastating to the US economy. You saw the number of unemployment rate shoot up as a result of COVID-19. So that's, I joke when I say pandemic because it seems like it was planned. So when I say that, that's an example of what they don't want people to post. No, don't say pandemic, say pandemic. That's wrong. And then my page would be deemed, or the information that I posted will be taken down. And they'll say it's not correct. It's not credible. So this right here is a prime example of why people should be upset. How can a party that say that Trump is a threat to democracy is very well showing us how they're undermining democracy? Now it's a push for controlling food prices. price control. This was an example of controlling information, what we can and cannot post about COVID-19. So people were censored. So what else can we expect? Can you really trust the whole Harris campaign, Harris, camp if when she was in office as the VP, this happened? If this happened then, can you really put your trust in her? It said in the article right here, officials expressed a lot of frustration when the company didn't agree. He said in the letter. So they were upset with Mark Zuckerberg because he didn't really agree with it. So they feel some kind of way. No, we should be able to control what they can and cannot post, what they see. We control the media. Damn, whatever they post, that's in our eyes, in our mind, that's wrong. That's completely wrong. Next article. This is about the debate next month in September. And once again, we're seeing how the Democrats want to be able to control stuff ish, I should say. It says why Harris wants to unmute Trump. Now they're saying because Trump just can't help himself. He just can't help himself. He'll talk and talk and talk. He's provoked very easily, provoked. He just says what's on his mind. So they want to be able to change the rules to work in her favor to help her. But really, is it really helping her, or is it the same way with Joe Biden? They're doing the exact same thing for her that they tried to do for Joe Biden to help him because they saw how weak Joe Biden was. Now they see how weak she is. Trump is the one doing interviews, press conferences. We're not seeing that from Harris. So if this is a debate, you will want to get warmed up, practice first. A good way to practice is interviews and press conferences. You don't avoid that and wait. What you do is you go straight into the fire, straight in the lion's den, and you get comfortable. You train, you get ready. So you're confident in your ability to perform. And people are not seeing the confidence from her as they see from Trump. So in the article, it says the vice president's camp is trying to reverse a rule that President Joe Biden's team secured for their fateful debate with Trump in June that ensured that the candidates' microphones were muted when it was not their turn to speak. The restriction was seen as an attempt to prevent a repeat of Trump's constant interruptions in their debates in 2020, which drove Biden to warn at one point, "Will you shut up, man?" It's obvious that the Harris camp hopes to give Trump a chance to sabotage himself with an insulting interruption of his overbearing personality. Yeah, so they're hoping that Trump puts his foot in his mouth and says something to her that's very offensive. So they know what to expect from him. The issue is we've seen what happens to Harris if she gets rattled. We saw this at a rally already. It was a protester at a rally that said something to her, and she said, "You know what? If you want to vote for Trump, just say that." But I'm speaking, and it appeared that she became upset. So it's not that Trump gets rattled or provoked. We know that. That's obvious. I mean, come on now. Read the room. We know that Trump gets upset very quickly, very defensive. But we have seen how she is once she's upset about something about being interrupted. There is no smiling. She gets upset. She frowns up, gets mad, and says something that she shouldn't say. Now we know that's his character, but what's her character? What's her true character? And we're going to see this in the debate. If Trump says something to her that gets her rattled, how will she respond? Will she respond the exact same way that she responded to a protester the first time at that rally in Michigan? Will she respond the exact same way, seem angry, rattled, upset, like she can't compose herself? It says Trump's camp is pushing back, although the ex president on Monday undermined the position of his own team, saying he'll be quite happy to lose the mute button. The spat underscores the huge potential importance of the confrontation in defining the narrative for the rest of the campaign, following the most consequential presidential debate ever on CNN in late June that knocked Joe Biden out of the race. So yeah, so they want to change the rules in her favor to give her a advantage, right? And the advantage is they hope that Trump says something to her that's offensive, so the entire world can see. But the issue is this: how will she respond if he says something to her that gets her rattled? How will she respond? Will she stoop that low like him, or show the world that she will be a good leader? Will she show the world that she will be a good president? Because again, this debate is make or break for her. She hasn't done no interviews, no press conferences, hardly answer any questions. He does. So he's very well warmed up. He's used to it. He's always having to practice with the media all the time. With her, it's different. She has not had much practice. So we're going to see what happens on September 10th in the debate between them two, since they're trying to change, well, her camp is trying to change the rules to work in her favor. They hope to expose Trump as this overbearing guy that's very offensive to women. He's mean, he's ugly, he's a villain. That's what they want. They want him to say something that shows the entire world just how he is. But you know how he is. We've seen this, but we don't know how she is. We have not seen much from her. So we shall see on September 10th. So that's that. The debate. Again, the campaign website doesn't have much on that. Nothing on the campaign website. You can donate as much money as she made has fundraised in the hundreds of $1 million. You can still donate. No platform, no agenda, no policy whatsoever. And of course, we went over the Zuckerberg thing, how they're trying to censor people, and how the Democrats is the real threat to democracy here. Zuckerberg said the White House pressured Facebook over some COVID-19 content during the pandemic. They wanted him to remove it. Don't allow humor and satire and misinformation and all this stuff. We want you to take it down. We want you to censor people. Don't allow them to post things about COVID-19. We have to make people believe it. They have to know it's real. They have to believe that the vaccine is good for them. They should wear a mask. They can't be social and go out to restaurants anymore, to the gym. They don't know that it's going to kill the economy. And as a result, the unemployment rate goes up. They don't know that. But hey, we want you to censor them, control what they see in the media, control what they can and cannot say. So that's that, man. That's all I got to say. Have a good Tuesday. Until